Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. It's amazing to see all of you guys again. Today's going to be a little bit of a different kind of video. We're going to be doing a little bit of a garden tour video. Just so I can kind of show you guys what I've been growing, kind of document it, so in the next few years, when I grow more stuff and kind of do more gardens and all that stuff, I can compare the videos and say, wow, look at it, I've improved so much. Look at my tomatoes, they've done way better. Look at my basil. So let's hop right in and see what we've been growing. Alright, so we're going to start over here on the far side of our garden. We've got all of this to kind of, we've got a few raised beds back here. So in this first one, we've got some cucumbers. So these have been turning out pretty good for us. We've been getting some pretty big cucumbers. We have, however, been harvesting a little bit late, so some of them have turned yellow. Most of these are all green because these are all part of the new ones, the new batch after we've harvested the other ones. So we've got quite a few in here. They've torn down all of our fencing, which is kind of an issue. You can kind of see the fencing kind of here, they've taken over and all that stuff. So a lot of cucumbers, a lot of leaves actually, which is crazy. It's a very big plant over there. So next we have our tomatoes. We've got some just regular, like, decent sized tomatoes, but some of these are really nice. This one's kind of got little scratches. We've had a lot of rain and also a lot of drought recently, so it's kind of been not consistent, but not terrible for the plant. We've got some tomatoes down here. Let's kind of scoot around here. We've got some tomatoes back here. These are our big tomatoes over here in the corner, and there's some kind of over here as well. But the majority we have, well, not the majority, but we also have some cherry tomatoes over here. Those have kind of fallen down in next to our AC unit, so these tomato plants are kind of all over the place. And then we've got some more tomatoes over here. These ones I think are starting later or something, because these are still all green. So I think these have been taking kind of a little bit longer to grow. I don't know what kind these are exactly, but I just know they're tomatoes. Actually, my parents are the ones that like to grow the tomatoes, so that's kind of their thing. This plant, however, this is my plant. This one is a jalapeno plant. So we've got some little tiny jalapenos, we've got some bigger jalapenos. I think if you come around to here, yeah, there's some more kind of fuller size jalapenos over here. So this one's kind of my plant. Now they do say that, like, if you want to maximize your efficiencies, you should like prune a bunch of stuff, but that was kind of after. There's another kind of big one over here, but I don't know. I didn't really prune any of this, so it's kind of probably not super efficient as a plant right now. But I'll tell you what, those jalapenos are very tasty. And I learned one thing on the internet recently, where if you don't water your jalapenos as much, they kind of get spicier. So I did that, and my next batch was a little bit spicier, so it was pretty cool. Next we've got these giant tomatoes. These look like beefsteaks, but I don't know like the exact kind of what they are, but they look really nice. We've had I think a couple of tomatoes come from there. We've got a couple more green ones starting to come along. In our next raised bed, we've got some broccoli. Broccoli's turned out okay. We did a harvest and it tastes good, but we kind of didn't harvest it very quickly, so some of the tops turned brown, but we just cut those off and we ate the rest of the stuff that was green. So, but it's super nice. It was very tasty. You can kind of see the makeup of the broccoli. Over here next to the broccoli, we planted some of our onions over here. The onions really didn't turn out very good for us. Like, they were alright, but yeah, a lot of these in here are weeds. I did go through actually and harvest a bunch of the onions though, but like some of them were kind of this size, about the size of, like, tip of a pinky. So we were hoping for a bigger one, but we clearly weren't very good with the onions. And that one needs to go back down here, actually. Hold on. So we clearly didn't do the onions correctly. I left a few down here. So I left a few in here and all that stuff. Sorry if the video keeps having to cut. My gimbal keeps like losing power or something like that, and keeps dying on me. Alright, over here is my basil plant. This one's another one of my plants. I didn't really ever go out and harvest it because I never really made a lot of omelets or anything. It's like that's what I use them on mainly, is like omelets and kind of grilled cheeses and everything. And I haven't really been making that because I got a job this summer, and I've been lazy and just having like a waffle or like a couple pancakes, and or like some microwave sandwiches and stuff like that. So I never really made any omelets, so I haven't exactly harvested a lot from this, but I definitely came through and pruned a lot of it and made it a very big plant. So he turned out really well. I just didn't make the most of it. I did, however, the basil plant. I have, however, I took a bunch of snippings, and I've been testing out some hydroponic stuff. And I went through and I took some of the took some of the major harvests and turned them into some dried basil, so I can use it kind of year round and everything. And it smells kind of weird, but it tastes fine whenever you eat it, I guess. So it's cool. These are my seeds I'm trying to plant. You'll see the plant later, but it's the medium hot black peppers. So I planted those on like, I don't know, the 18th or something like that. So we're waiting to see if those germinate. I got these plants over at Meijer. These green ones. I got a maroon one and a blue one for like $1. So very nice plants. So shout out to Meijer. And then over here on our last raised bed, we've got, this was the major spot for our onions. So as you can see, some of these onions are a lot bigger than the other ones we had. So this is where we had most of our onions. I think maybe close to like 30 in here, something like that. We accidentally bought a bunch of sets, and we didn't realize how many onions were in them, and so we had just a ton of onions. The majority of the other onions are planted in the broccoli bed, but some of them were also planted in the tomato and the jalapeno bed. The jalapeno bed used to have my basil plant in it, and then I moved it over here just because I felt that it was blocking and taking up a lot of space in that other one, and I wanted to see all the tomatoes and everything. So, but like some of these onions are pretty good. Most of them are pretty small, but like this one's a pretty good size. These ones are all pretty good over here. So first year growing onions, not too bad, but I wish they would have done better. Got some more good onions over here and all that stuff. Here is one of my basil snippings I got. So this is not the original basil plant, but I did go through and kind of take some, stuff off the other basil plant and planted it. I just broke that thing maybe. So, let's see. Next we have our medium hot black peppers. These peppers have been growing like crazy. I have tons and tons of these ready to harvest. I haven't harvested any of these yet really though, because I don't have a use for them. I just need to go ahead and use them. I ended up not making omelets, as I said, so I've been using a lot of them in my food. Haven't been really cooking a lot. But we have tons and tons of these peppers. They taste just like normal kind of green peppers. So it's not really anything special. They're supposed to be kind of hot. I've had a few pieces that were hot, but not really like the whole pepper hasn't been like extremely hot like a jalapeno has, which is kind of more of what I'm looking for. So, but we'll see. And then lastly, we have our green peppers. So these aren't really mine. These are actually more of like my dad's. My dad usually grows green peppers and everything. The hot peppers, these are mine, and these are the seeds that I'm trying to grow. But these are kind of his. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 medium hot black peppers. Plants. We got I think 3 or 4. I think we have 4 of the green pepper plants as well. So right now it's about August 20th or so. So We're gonna be probably harvesting some of these soon. Probably harvesting the onions maybe in like a couple weeks. Let's see if we can kind of get a little bit bigger onions. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It was amazing to make this video and show you guys kind of what I've been growing. If you want to see more videos about my garden, make sure to leave a comment down below. Maybe I'll do like a little harvesting video or whatever, you know. So I hope to see you guys next time. So see you then.